That's site. All right, NMIs. We're just going to go NMI is one NMI. System size 100 kilowatts. Inverter count is going to be 110. We get a total number of pulses is 1 unit is required. Additional pulses, pulse gateway is required 0. So as we go through this, it obviously goes from yellow or orange to green, which means you've done something about it. System size here, 100 kilowatts. There's just one NMI, one PVDB, or one board, I should say, one MSB. So let's keep going. Solar PVDB quantity, we're going to have one. We're going to have solar PVDB rating for amps. So we're going to say this is a shopping center, so they got 650 board. So we're going to go. Is that greater or is that more or less?
Yep.
Let me see.
That's greater than. Yep.
Let's just keep going. Okay, let's go with this. Battery present is a no. Not yet. I might have to make this a bit bigger actually, because I've probably gone in a bit too small. That's right, got it. So battery size, NA. Put anything in there, obviously. Is there consumption metering? Yes.
So that one there, is there an existing consumption meter? So if there's existing meter on site, it's not going to include one in the package for consumption.
Oh, right. If there's an existing energy meter on main supply. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah. So generally speaking, Mike, for that row 26, is there existing consumption meter? Is there a Schneider IEM 32555, Modbus meter? Is there a CET meter connected into the Sungrow logger? Is there something there already if it's a brownfield site that we can just tap into? Most likely the SLB will show that.
Most of the time the answer is probably going to be no, but that may not be the case. I'm just thinking most of the time it's probably going to be no.
Yeah, it's just for the logic for those sites. If they did have one, then it just won't include one. So so no, is that for 26 and 27? Is there existing LGC meter? No. And maybe let you continue going through it.
Sungrow logger. So is there a Sungrow logger? There's not, but should we have one? That's a question. And that's existing logger for optional integration. So I'll just say no, because it's pretty much there's going to be like the majority of the deals, right? Logger communication type. Well, that's not relevant, is it?
Well, no, because it's not there at the moment, but in the future, we know that's Ethernet, so it's fine.
Can't put anything in there, just go like that. That's good. Cool. All right. So don't need any of section 2, NMI 2 details. Let's scroll down. Is there a Sungrow logger required? Well, it really depends on what's better. If I said yes and no, what's the difference?
Yeah, so if we say yes, is there a Sungrow logger required? It will add one logger, which Sungrow logger required. Why is it not? Interesting. It should add one item.
Where the big cost is here is obviously the Rogowski coils, right? Because you've got the 600 amp. There's two Rogowski coils. That's why it's 2 lots of 550. So that's the XE part.
Yeah. Now, if you go back up to the solar PVDB and we said it's above 600 for a 100 kilowatt system, if you drop that to below 600,
it's just that one that makes the difference.
Correct. So
mind you, Rogowski coil, that's gone down up on the other one because there's 2 readings. That would also need to be below, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're assuming this site's going to have a supply rating of less than 600. If it does, then 2 of those meters, perfect. So you've got
I was thinking
meter.
Yeah, and I mean, manufacturing sites, shopping centers, they probably will be higher, but let's just say for the sake of this one, it's not. So we got summary. Let's just summarize this again. We've got a test site. We've got total number of NMIs 100 kilowatt system. Total inverter count is 1. We've got 1 pulse. We've got 1 PVDB, 600 amps or less. The answer is it's less. No battery, no battery. None of that is required. They're just no's. And then we get further down the bottom here, and Sungrow logo required, no. Dongle, yes. And we end up with this as a requirement for the site. So 1 pulse, 2 standard energy meters for consumption and generation monitoring, and then the yearly SaaS subscription for $60, all included. Total amount here is 1190. So that's the order cost, 1082 in fact, plus GST. So that's a nice little tool here, which we've put together, which Will has put together. Will and I, Will's really made this look pretty and done all the heavy lifting, to be honest with you. But this is good. So should we do one more example site then? I'll save that file. Actually, no, I won't bother saving it. It's demonstration, so it doesn't matter. Let's just go to another site. Let's just say that there are still 1 NMI. Let's just say that it's 200 kilowatts. And we're going to have 3 inverters. We're going to have 1 pulse or 2. If we're doing SDCs and LGCs, are we going to need 2 pulses?
No, we just need the 1. Yeah. So
1. Okay,
I'm
cool.
assuming that this site, 200 kilowatt, from a lot of the stuff that we've seen, it's all going to be isolated probably to 1 spot. So yeah, 1 pulse is perfect.
It may or may not be over 600 amps again. We don't know. Odds are probably is pushing towards 200, but let's just keep it at under that for the sake of the demo. Battery present, no. Is there consumption meter? No. Is there an existing LGC meter? No, but we're going to put one on, right? So we need to do LGC metering here.
Yeah. So what that does, Mike, is if you've got no configured to is there an existing, it's just not going to include one on that system for that enemy, right? So if it's no, it won't apply. But if you click yes, then it already thinks there's a meter. Then we'll just tap into the existing infrastructure. So it's not going to add cost to the final quite at the end, right? So if any of those are yes, it will remove the requirement for a meter for that NIMI, right? Because we've looked at the SLD, the team's verified it from that SLD that board already has an LGC meter, already has a consumption meter. Awesome. All we really need then is a pulse, and the logic in this tool will be applied where you don't actually have to add additional costs for metering. We just put a pulse in and you're up and away. So really nice way to say, okay, cool. We look at the SLD, bang, is there something there? Yay, nay, include, exclude. We're not going to add costs to the total.
All right, perfect. Total. Thanks for explaining that. So in this situation, hypothetical, there is no LGC meter there on site, so we'll leave that as a no, which means it'll add it on down the bottom. Is there an existing Sungrow logger? No. Should we have one? At 200 kilowatts, it probably should, but there's nothing there. So let's go further down to the next bit here. Sungrow logger required. Let's just have a quick comparison. Let's look at these. So we've got 1190. Have I skipped over here? Have I skipped over something? Is there Sungrow logger required for this situation?
Yeah. So what happens is
3 inverters, right? 3 inverters.
Yeah. So definitely. So if you've got 3 inverters, we will want to hook into the logger to get the inverter data, all the inverter data, because we've got the meter which is being used for LGCs, and then to capture the individual inverter data, faults, alarms, etc., we will want a Sungrow logger to integrate with via Ethernet. Now, the only thing is when you say yes to the logger, something in the logic there is not adding, see the line item 77, row 77, 387. It should be adding one total. So there's something that's not adding one from there. I think it's in the cells that are hidden to the right, which you can get to later. We can fix that. And as you can see,
and the logger, the dongle. Do we need the dongle then? On this,
no,
in this
you
situation,
don't.
probably not.
If you've got the logger, yeah.
Cool. All right, nice one. All right, so we've got 1190. Let's do a quick. Let me see further down here. Obviously, that should be registering 1. So not sure where to do this. If you
just go to E across, if you drag from the across and just unhide.
Sweet.
So total consolidation, this section here. So Sungrow logger, total 1. So then